this is Heather Mack for GetYourRockOut.com. We're here interviewing Jared from Headpea. Hello.
Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for talking to me. It's very
Pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Welcome to the lovely shores of the UK. Are you enjoying the ride of the tour so far?
Oh, this is a great tour because we haven't been to this side of the planet for like years.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Right. So we were kind of in between record labels and in between management and in between agents. We were in between a lot of things.
In between.
Right. So 2012 came and brought the chaos that the Mayans were speaking of to my side of the to Headpea. But we lived through the chaos, and now we're in a building back up part of the arc, and we signed with Soil's record label, Pavement.
Yeah.
And then we got a new agent, and I started self-managing the band. And so we got back to finally to the UK.
Yay!
Last time we played here, it was packed. We headlined here. So this time we're third from, so this is good. Now, we haven't like toured out here with other bands for like 11 years. So it was refreshing to not be the headline band.
Okay. Well,
I mean, and to go out with a band that's bigger than we are.
I know what you mean. And obviously, it's sold out tonight at the Manchester venue. And you've got your new album, Evolution.
Yeah.
9th studio.
Is that how you guys pronounce it? Evolution?
Evolution.
Okay.
How do you pronounce it?
Evolution, but
Evolution.
we don't speak the
Maybe
Queen's
I can
English.
speak it. I don't think I do either.
Well, it sounds like it sounds nice.
I'll start thinking all sorts of So, Evolution.
Evolution. Is it the 9th
thing.
studio album?
Yeah, because you've
Wow.
got EPs in there, you've got live one.
Wow,
You've got
okay.
like 10 or 11 altogether.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to keep track. Maybe that's the blessing from not making too much money off of any one album, is that you keep trying to put them out.
Well, my question actually was
That
what
tickled
do you
me.
put your success and longevity down to? The fact that you are able to produce your 9
Well,
studio
Jesus,
album,
that's a little bit of
there
luck.
are some
It's a
bands
lot
that
of
go
effort.
that far.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No, please. What were you saying? What do you
I
attribute?
said a lot of bands don't get that far,
Right.
Maybe
Well,
one, two albums. You've got 9.
every band is its own little ecosystem.
Yes.
So every band has its own way of operating and decides how far it wants to take it or not. But for us, or for myself, it's a lot of effort and a little bit of luck. I speak for a greater, I feel like I'm part of something bigger, and that I've touched a nerve with people, with some of the lyrics and whatever, and some of the live show definitely must touch a nerve, because without that, in this day and age, we're not really, like on the radio or anything like that. It's all like word of mouth, live show and whatever shit like that. But I feel blessed because, we signed my first record deal in like '94. So that was 20 years ago. And
Still going.
yeah, music is not a contact sport, so.
No. So, do you think your sound's altered over the albums?
Say it again.
Your sound, is it evolved?
Oh, yeah.
Evolved?
No, it definitely, you can call it, I
It's
think
very
this
different,
album
this
is an
new one.
evolution. This album is an evolution
Yeah.
of sound where for once, the whole album embodies a consistent approach
Okay.
to sound.
Yeah.
Where normally Headpea is kind of schizophrenic in the way that it does. Oh, I'm going to do a punk song. I'm going to do a metal song. I'm going to do a hip hop song. I'm going to do a reggae song. This album is a more focused. It's more focused, and the sound is more like the family of sounds are more in the same tight knit family. So
Yeah.
I like this one.
I like this one, it's good. I do
Thanks.
like some of your other tracks as well. We're listening,
Thanks.
We're listening to them. It's like, I knew the song. I'm useless with song names, you say. So it takes me a while. He'll say a song name and I'm like, what? Oh, that song,
Right.
you have to play it.
Well, like you were saying, so we have like over 100 songs, and tonight we'll get to play about 10 of them. So,
How do you go about choosing which song
you know what
to
it is?
play?
It's just for me. It's trying to even if we only have 40 minutes to try and take the listener on a ride, you know. So it has to start off a certain way.
Okay.
There has to be a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Right.
Like storytelling, right? So that's the way I construct my set, no matter how long or short it is. There has to be a beginning, a middle, and an end, one that to me makes sense. But yeah, you know, the evolution of the album is really comes from the fact that not just the sound, but me as a person. I've been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm closer to the grave than I am the womb. That's for sure now. Than when I started, it was like, you know, I was just trying to be a pimp. And now I'm like a father and a husband and all that, and trying to take it seriously and still represent some of the more hardcore social things that I've come to represent.
Which is, I think, is important in a lot of the songs, that you're not just singing about the same old stuff. You've got a message in you.
That may be why we've gone on for so long.
Yeah, you've got a message, you know, this is what I believe in, and, you know, believe in it with me or don't.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying this is what you have to believe in, but
right.
putting it so that people can express how they feel when they listen to your music.
Right, so
Do
then
you feel it's easier for you to express as well through the lyrics?
Well, yeah, it's almost like at that point when I'm doing any certain album, I'm going to write about what, not to sound like some sort of like, you know, religious zealot, where I'm like, but I do like go with what's real to me right then. So, you know, people are like, for like this album's not as quote unquote political, it's more introspective, and people are wondering, well, what happened? And it's like, well, it's not a gimmick, and I'm not like trying to repeat myself. You know, like the dude from Rage Against the Machine, like, that's pretty rad. I can understand why he would stop doing it. Well, first of all, he's sitting on a mountain of money. That doesn't hurt. But once you've said what you need to say,
You don't need to keep it.
or say something else, right?
Yeah, but take it on.
Yeah.
What's your take on the downloading aspect of music and the fact that
It's
affected the music industry, but how do you think it's affected the industry?
Okay, so for an artist like myself, who's like middle class, blue collar artist, it's good, because before you would have like the gatekeepers before this you know, who would decide who gets to have a career in music and who doesn't. Now there are so many different ways to skin the cat because of technology makes it so cheap to record, and you can keep in touch with your people somewhat in ways that have nothing to do with magazines or television or radio. So for guys like me who aren't, I don't have the talent to, or whatever it is, the skill to write like really good radio songs or whatever it is, I still can find my way to earn.
Yeah.
So for me, it's fine.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, you know, I started my career before all this downloads.
Yeah, so
and I used to get really fat, like, publishing checks. Those are gone now.
Yeah.
For an artist on my level, I'm sure for the massive ones, they're still beautiful. You know, but for me, those don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so, but that's caused me to kind of change the way that I look at making money in the music business.
But as long as, if you're still enjoying putting music out,
Right.
then
Basically, now the albums are promotional tools to have people come to shows and buy T-shirts,
That's where you're getting it and stuff.
and that's where I can put food on the table.
So obviously here, touring with Soil, American Head Charge, and then there's Wolfborn as well on this one. If you could tour with anyone, I mean, you've toured with a lot of people.
Bob Marley,
I mean, 20 years,
Rage
come
Against the
on.
Machine, Led Zeppelin.
I'm glad you listed them, because it's far too big a lot. Is there anybody that you really would like to tour with that you've not?
Bob Marley. I would have him baptize me. No, I don't believe in that. I don't even know what no. I love Bob Marley, but you know, Bob Marley, Rage Against the Machine. I mean, these are the you know, the Sex Pistols. You know, I've already toured with Suicidal Tendencies, so I'll just name my favorite acts as who I'd love to tour with. You know,
So it's a good plan.
but what is, I know there's ones that I'm not even thinking of that I wish I would list right now.
Yeah.
But when I'm saying with Bob Marley and Led Zeppelin, how can you go wrong?
Definitely, you can't at
Can you imagine? Yeah.
That would be quite an amazing job.
Wow.
Imagine that. So you've got a few more tours. You've got the rest of this tour in UK and Europe.
We're so busy, you know.
What are you doing after this tour then? What's next?
I've got a lot of tours lined up. We go home, we do a tour with Nonpoint. Then next year we do a tour with like Powerman 5000. Then we go to Australia. Then we go to Australia.
Oh, wow.
By that time it may be time to come back here, maybe into June, you know, so I don't know. But the thing is, I need to make more money there's not a lack of shows, but I need to make more money per show so I can stay home with and raise my son a little bit more. You know, I've got a 7-year-old son.
Yeah. Is it hard being on tour?
Well, you know, there's a balance there because it's hard, but I also enjoy providing.
Yeah.
So,
You want to provide for him, but at the same time you want to be there.
right, so
Pretty clear, isn't it?
striking that balance
Definitely. Do you get to see him in
every day, a few times a day.
times of technology, isn't it?
Yes. In the States, and I'll bring him out here pretty soon.
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah, when he's within the next couple of years.
Yeah. Oh, we look forward to seeing you on stage later.
Thanks for your time.
Out to
All
speak with
right.
us.
It's a pleasure.